Welcome to Chef Alli's Farm Fresh Kitchen. I'm Chef Alli, and I've been stirring up a love of farm fresh cooking all across my home state of Kansas for over a decade. I enjoy teaching you about food, cooking, and family farms. And from farm to fork, Kansas farmers are always working hard so we can enjoy delicious Kansas-raised food.
Welcome into Chef Alli's Farm Fresh Kitchen. I love what we're doing today.
I knew
you may have seen this on Pinterest.
Oh yeah, these are like crazy, wild, popular, you know, and for anybody, no matter where you live, whether you live in town, and we're always talking about this, or whether you live out on the farm like I do, these are super handy. So, you know, we've talked many times about how less than 2% of our population is actually a farmer or a rancher, and of that 2%, 98% of that 2% are family farms.
Right.
So lots of times, because so few people farm, a lot of times your viewers may not really realize what we do on the farm. So I like to tell that. In July, what we're doing is, of course, baling hay because we've had so much rain. We're a little bit behind with baling hay, but a lot of us are doing that. A lot of kids are getting ready for county fairs that are going to start the end of July and into August. So they're working with their animals or maybe finishing up their sewing projects, things like that. And then a lot of times this time of the year, you will see semis full of cattle on the turnpike or on the highway.
Yeah.
And typically what those are, because about this time of the year, ranchers will get their grass cattle in and they will ship them to the feed yards where they're going to be finished by grain. So when you see one of those semis on the highway, now you know where it's going.
They're going,
yes.
what they're doing.
When you're busy though, these salads are something that you can keep in the refrigerator. And what I've learned to do is to set my mason jars, or in this case it would be ball jars, out, have all my vegetables ready, and then I just line them up and layer my ingredients in there like for several days in a row. Okay, so what you need to know about a jar salad is because it's vertical like this, you're actually layering your ingredients in there.
With a purpose. There's a
with
reason
a
for
purpose,
how you layer.
exactly.
Right.
And the other thing that you need to remember when you're putting them in here is air is not your friend. So the more tightly you can pack these ingredients into the jars, the longer they're gonna last, especially your greens, and your greens are what always go on top. Now look at this. I did an experiment today where I put the greens on top and then I poured my dressing over the top, knowing that it would collect down here in the bottom, but I thought, you know, I'll let that drizzle down amongst things and get some flavor in there. But what that did is it caused my greens to really, for lack of better terminology, see how these are fluffy?
Yeah.
Those are now dressed, and so they have shrunk up.
Right.
So what we want to do is put our dressing in the very bottom of the jar, and then the next layer needs to be things that are kind of either your beans, your grains, something like that that you either want to absorb the dressing, or you want to put your vegetables there that are more hearty, if you will, like carrots, tomatoes, things like that. Because there's two types of jar salads. One that you dump, just like this, and see how the dressing and the greens are then on the top. Okay. The other kind of jar salad, which wouldn't even have to be a salad, it could be an oatmeal breakfast, it could be a salad, it could be a dessert, and that's a salad that you're actually going to eat it right from the jar. You're not dumping out,
That's
you're
what
digging
I'm thinking,
in.
like work day. You talked about being busy on the farm.
Yes.
I'm trying to grab a salad out of the fridge and come to work. Then, yeah.
You have either option. And so if you're going to do something like this, you can put your fork right here. I've seen people either tape a fork to the jar or just wrap it on there. And then you need to take your bowl so that you can dump. And see how that just all comes out, and all your dressing then is right there on the top. So this is an Asian salad I made, and it's nice to make these little vinaigrettes. They're easy, they're cheap, you can just make a little bit at a time. This is an Asian salad. This is blueberry with corn, kind of unusual.
That is
has
unusual.
a lime vinaigrette. And then this is our Greek salad. Look how cool this is, with feta, garbanzos, tomatoes, red onion, and cucumber. So quite a variety here. And then also keep in mind that you can do fruit salads as well. Now, some people don't want their dressing in with their ingredients because for whatever reason they don't want it to get soggy. Maybe they want to do more portion control. So what you can do is you can take a piece of parchment paper like this and just cut a circle a little bit bigger than your jar and then push that down in there. You can pour your dressing right there and it will stay right there on that parchment paper until you're ready to use it. Yeah, so there's a little trick for you.
Okay.
And as you can see, there's all different kinds or rather sizes of mason jars. This is 2 cups, this is 4 cups, this is the big guy that I use as my sprouting jar. So you've got a lot of options, but usually what you want to look for is one that has the wide mouth, because especially if you're going to be eating from it, it makes it a whole lot easier to eat, for sure. So,
okay, great. So you've got recipes for all
I
of these
do,
different
for all
salads?
3 that will be on my blog,
And
yes.
then also, do you have the dressing?
And the dressings too.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. So they will be at Chef Alli's Farm Fresh Kitchen. .com, and then also momseveryday.com.
Yeah, yep, we always link people over to you too.
Right.
Okay, sounds good.
Sound all right?
That's a nice, easy, healthy lunch for you.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks.
And remember, now you're cooking.
There you go.
We're the Kansas Farm Food Connection, Kansas farmers and ranchers who are proud to put wholesome and nutritious food on your table. It's our mission to connect farms to families and families to farms through education and firsthand experience. Together, we're raising Kansas.